So this is day 2 of equations with fractions. Just as a recap, last class what we did is we learned how to deal with fractions and use the magic number to get rid of them. We didn't have brackets or anything like that. Then we started handout A and we did questions 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 together. I do have the solutions for 6, 7, and 8, and 9. So I will just put these up on the screen for a second for you to check. Then we're going to learn the second example, which I think is a little bit more complicated. And we're going to try 3 questions together on that. So let me pause here so you can just check your homework as well. All right, so for question B, the reason why this question is different is because now you have a binomial in your numerator. And as soon as you have a binomial in your numerator, I solve this question a little differently. So I first put brackets around the binomials to group them together. And I rewrite the question with the fraction in the front. So for example, this first part can be rewritten as 1/4 bracket x minus 2. What a nice gust of wind. Hold on, I'm just going to pause this for a second. So another way to think about it is if you put brackets around the binomial, there's actually a 1 there. The 1 and the 4 is what gives you a fraction. So I take that out and I write 1/4. And then whatever is in the bracket, I keep it in the bracket and I write x minus 2. I can do the same thing with the second part. So again, you assume there's a 1 there. So this fraction would be -1/3. And then you write the bracket as x minus 7 is equal to 1. And I find that rewriting the questions like this and solving it like this really, really helps you and makes the question so much easier. What we're going to do is just like what we did before, we are going to try and figure out what the lowest common multiple is going to be. So what happened? Yep, it would be 12, yes. So I'm just going to grab this. So we have a 4 here and a 3 here. And our lowest common multiple would be a 12. That means we're going to multiply each term with 12. But I'm going to tell you something that makes this question a little bit easier. When you have a fraction in front of a binomial in brackets, you only have to multiply the fraction. You don't have to multiply any of the numbers inside of the bracket. So when we're solving this question, really, I'm just going to be solving this and this and this, and I'm going to keep my brackets the same. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. 12 times 1 is 12. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So this is going to become a 3 bracket x minus 2. Everyone see where I got that from? Okay. The next part is 12 times -1 is -12. -12 divided by 3 is -4 x minus 7. And then we can't forget about the constant. I know that's sometimes a common error. You have to make sure you multiply the magic number through every single term. So look, we took a really complicated question with a bunch of terms in the numerator. We made it into an easier question. We got rid of the fractions. Now this is just like any other multi-step question. We're going to distribute the numbers and get rid of the brackets. So I'm going to take the 3 and distribute it in here. I'm going to take the -4 and I'm going to distribute it in there. So I'm going to get 3x minus 6 minus 4x plus 28 is equal to 12. I'll clean up each side. So 3x minus 4x is -x. -6 plus 28 is positive 22 is equal to 12. Sorry. So -x plus 22. I'll move the 22 to the other side. So it'll be -x is equal to 12 minus 22. -x is going to be equal to -10. And then to get rid of the negative, we divide both sides by -1. And so x is going to be equal to 10. Sishan? Never. No, that's totally fine. Also, you won't lose marks if you don't get rid of the fractions, like if you don't use this method, but I'm telling you that this method is super efficient. Doing this will really, really make the questions a lot easier for you. Has anyone tried the last two questions for homework, numbers 11 and 12 yet? You did. Okay. The numbers are a little bit larger there. If you didn't do it, that's fine because my hope was for us to do it together. So we're going to try questions 11 and 12 right now together. I'll do 11 along with you. And then for question 12, I'll give you a little bit of time to try it yourself, just so you can practice doing it. And then we can take it up. Okay. So question number 11, the first thing I want to do for this is I want to rewrite it so that it has a fraction in the front of everything. I also recognize that there are a bunch of binomials, so I'm going to remember that every single one of those binomials has to be placed inside of a bracket. Okay, so this very first term, that, and remember, if you have these brackets, there's actually a number 1 in front, all of them. So the first part is going to be a half bracket x plus 1. I think that this eraser doesn't work right away. There we go. So a half bracket x plus 1. Then we're going to have 1 over 5 bracket x plus 2. Oh, this is... Sorry. There we go. And then we're going to have minus 1 is equal to... For the right side, we're going to have 1 over 3 bracket 2x minus 1 plus 3. Finish it? No. So are you saying, do I want you to distribute the fraction? Yeah. No. Exactly. Yeah. For these types of questions, my first goal is to get rid of the fractions as soon as possible. So I don't distribute the number outside of the bracket. I don't group things together. I don't move the constants around. I keep the question exactly as is, and I use the magic number right away to get rid of the fraction. Yoda, question? Where did the 1 come from? Well, when you put brackets around 2x minus 1, the number in front of the bracket is a 1. So you take that as your numerator and you take 3 as your denominator and you just put them apart. Yeah. You guys, what would be the lowest common multiple in this question, given that we have a 2, a 5, and a 3? Yeah, unfortunately, the number is a little bit large. That's okay. So we're going to multiply every single term by 30, including the constant. Don't forget that little negative 1. And don't forget the positive 3. Okay. And remember, when you're multiplying the magic number, you're only multiplying it to the fraction to get the fraction to disappear. What's 30 times a half? Good. So this is going to be 15 bracket x plus 1. What's 30 times 1 over 5? Good job. And if you're not getting that, all we're really doing is we're doing 30 times 1 over 5. You can either cross reduce or you can just multiply out. 30 divided by 5 is 6. And then this is going to be minus 30. 30 times 1 is 30. 30 divided by 3 is 10 bracket 2x minus 1. And then this is going to be 90. And every year when I do this question, I always tell myself the numbers are so big you don't have calculators. And I always forget to change the question for the next year. That's okay. We're just going to practice a lot of long multiplication. All right, now we're ready to distribute all of the numbers outside brackets and get rid of the brackets. So 15 times x is going to be 15x. 15 times positive 1 will be positive 15. 6 times x will be positive 6x. 6 times 2 will be positive 12 minus 30. 10 times 2x will be 20x. 10 times negative 1 will be negative 10 plus 90. Let's add all of the x's on one side. So 15x plus 6 is going to be 21x. And 15 plus 12 is 27. 27 minus 3 is -3. So 21x minus 3. On the other side, we have 20x. -10 plus 90 is just going to give you a positive 80. Which, you got something different? Okay. Right. I'm going to move the x's to one side, so it's going to be 21x minus 20x is equal to 80 plus 3. 21x minus 20x, it works out so nicely where it's just x, and then this side is going to be just 83. What did you guys think of this example? Not too bad? Okay. Yeah. I know with fractions and big numbers, it could seem a little daunting. So just take your time with it, keep practicing. Go ahead and try question number 12. I'll let you guys get started on that. I'll give you maybe 3 minutes and then we'll take it up. Okay, so for question 12, I begin the question by first rewriting it. Remember, all of the binomials can be put inside brackets, and the number in front of all of them is a 1. So to make your fraction, you're basically taking 1/3, 1/9, and 1/6. Okay, so if I were to rewrite all of this, just so it looks a lot neater, it would be 1/3 bracket 3x plus 1. I run out of space. So 1/3 bracket 3x plus 1. Then it's going to be minus 1/9 bracket x plus 2 plus 5 is equal to 4 minus 1/6 bracket x minus 4 minus 4x. Did you guys all get that as your first step? Okay. I'm getting super annoyed with this program because there's like such a lag. Whenever I want to erase something, it takes 5 hours for me to do it. Now I'm going to look at all of the denominators. So here are the numbers you look at when you're trying to figure out the lowest common multiple. We have a 3, a 9, and a 6. What is the lowest common multiple in this case? Would it be a 9? It would be 18, exactly. So the lowest common multiple is going to be an 18. We're going to multiply 18 here, over here, over here. Don't forget the 4 over here and over here. So every single term is going to be multiplied by 18. When I do that, 18 times 1/3 is going to give me a 6, 3x plus 1. 18 times 1/9 is going to give you -2 bracket x plus 2. It just randomly changed colors. What do you guys get for 18 times 5? It would be positive 90, yep. Okay, I need to pause this. What did you guys get for 18 times 4? Good. Minus 3 bracket x minus 4. And then we have another 18 times 4, but this time it has an x. So it's going to be 72x. Those are big numbers, a lot of steps. Go super, super slow to figure this out. Now we're going to take all of the numbers outside of the bracket and multiply them with all the numbers inside. So 6 times 3x is 18x. 6 times 1 is 6. -2 times x is -2x. -2 times 2 is -4 plus 90. Can I subtract 72 and 3? Or do I have to first distribute the 3? Yeah, you cannot subtract those. We're going to have to distribute it. So negative 3x plus 12 minus 72x. I'm going to clean up all the numbers here. So 18 take away 2x is going to give me 16x. What is 96 take away 4? Just be a 92. Negative 3x minus 72x will be negative 75x. 72 plus 12 will be 84. The numbers are large, but I'm hoping they work out at the end. So I'm going to move all my x's to one side, 16x plus 75x. And over here, we're going to have 84 minus 92. This is going to be 7, 8. Did I do something wrong here? Do you guys see any mistakes? Yeah, I feel like I've made a mistake somewhere. So let me just check my work. 6, 7, 8, negative 81. What is the answer to this? Never mind, I didn't make any mistakes. So divide by 91, divide by 91, and the answer is going to be negative 8 over 91. If you did make a mistake, just double check your work right now and see where it might have gone wrong. I'll just scroll up so you guys can see it. And I'll tell you what you guys are doing for homework and in class, but I will stop this for now. Bye, recording.